Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel once again, and welcome back to System Shock Radio. So, I got a lot of topics for you guys today, and strap in, we might be here a while. And it's not like last time where there were a lot of topics, but we weren't there for a while. This one, we might actually be here for a while. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So, the first thing I want to talk about is two upcoming shows that I just learned about. Both of which I'm kind of interested in. And one, admittedly, a bit more than the other. Well, actually, both about the same, I'd say. So, for starters, we have a Scott Pilgrim anime coming out, and looking at some of the images, is this one's gonna be more in line with the game slash book, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. They also did do a live action movie about it quite some time ago, but looking at just some of like the images and stuff, I'm excited. I'm interested to see. He looks like he's gonna be based right off the source material, not really doing an original story or anything, just right based off the source material, which I can't wait to see what they do with it. Now, this is going to be on Netflix, so that might be a bit worrisome, admittedly. But I'm interested to see. But the other show is Adventure Time's Fiona and Cake. Now, Adventure Time is a show I grew up watching, and admittedly kind of fell off towards the end. But that's more or so me just not really he I kind of transitioned out of watching like full on shows and stuff, or not watching as many shows. But that's just me. But yeah. So but this time around, Fiona and Kate are gonna get their own show. They started off as kind of side characters that would pop up occasionally. In the regular Adventure Time. In the regular Adventure Time series. Supposed to be female versions of Finn and Jake, of course, if the names weren't a giveaway. But yeah, so they're gonna get their own show. Oh, and it looks like it's gonna be a full-on show. Oh, like a full-on show and everything. And it's for kids. And I imagine with both the art style and the show material, it'll be pretty much similar to the original Adventure Time. I'm just exploring Fiona and Cake, and I imagine Finn and Jake will probably he also make some appearances there here. But I'm interested to see where the show will go. But next up thing to talk about is that Charles Martinet, I think that's how it's pronounced, is no longer going to be voicing Mario. So we have an official statement from Nintendo here, and it reads Charles Martinet has been the original voice of Mario in Nintendo games for a long time, as far back as Super Mario 64. Charles is now moving into the brand new role of Mario Ambassador. With this transition, he'll be stepping back from recording character voices for our games, but he'll continue to travel the world, sharing the joy of Mario and interacting with you all. It has been an honor working with Charles to help bring Mario to life for so many years, and we want to thank and celebrate him. Please keep an eye out for a special video message from Shigeru Miyamoto and Charles himself, which we will post at a future date. Charles Martinet, like I mentioned, the voice of Mario as far back as Super Mario 64. Probably also one of the most iconic voices of Mario. Oh, oh, and he even to the point where he even had a cameo in the Super Mario Brothers movie, where he voiced one of like the minor characters. But interesting to see that he's gonna be getting a big responsibility as an ambassador. So, oh, that is pretty cool. It does suck that that means he's gonna be stepping away from the role. I think he is still gonna have some voice lines in Super Mario Wonder coming out later on this year, but. Yeah, so congrats to him on becoming ambassador, though. But I wonder who will take over as the voice. Some people have jokingly stated it will be Chris Pratt, but we will see, or we'll see if they just reuse voice lines, because they do that from time to time. But next thing to talk about is Good Burger 2. Yes, there's gonna be a Good Burger 2. So it's gonna be coming out in November of this year, and as the name suggests, it's going to be a sequel to the original Good Burger that came out in '97, and which itself is based off the sketch from All That. So, kind of like a multi-layered thing. But Good Burger, admittedly, he movie I really liked as a kid. It set aim with All That and everything. And seeing the trailer for it, it looks like things are gonna be pretty much the same in terms of characters. There's Ed, still very dim-witted, and then Ed obviously is Kel Mitchell, and then Keenan is Dexter. Her so essentially maintaining those personalities from the original movie, and to an extent the All That had the All That TV show. But what type of plot thread will they go with here? Or I imagine they might, but I imagine they probably can't do the whole burger versus burger again. Maybe revisiting Mondo Burger. Obviously, in the original Good Burger movie, Good Burger is almost put out of business by this rival named Mondo Burger, who has very large burgers, but the operation is exposed and then blown by Ed and Dexter, or when it's discovered they're putting drugs in their patties, which it hits a lot closer to home than you would think. But then the operation explodes in their face, literally. And then they go from there. So I wonder what they'll do with this movie. So looking at it, looks like a lot of the looks like a good number of people are going to be reprising their roles. Looks like Ed's even going to have a son in this one. That's interesting. But yeah, so Good Burger 2. Let me know if you guys are excited for that. Me personally, I'm more so interested. When it comes to like stuff that's very much in the vein of like nostalgia, like this one. Yes, it's a sequel, but it's also very much capitalizing off of the original Good Burger movie and the Good Burger sketches from All That. Normally those can be hit or miss, so I wonder what they'll do with that here. The next thing we're going to talk about is the PlayStation Portal. What is PlayStation Portal? It's an upcoming mobile PlayStation console. So PlayStation is getting back into the mobile gaming scene. It's basically gonna be a remote play device, and we have a blog here. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, just some of the big things, including talking about the remote player. So it says the PlayStation Portal remote player brings the PS5 experience to the palm of your hand. It includes the key features of the DualSense wireless controller, including adaptive triggers and haptic feedback. The vibrant 8-inch LCD screen is capable of 1080p resolution at 60 FPS, providing a high-definition visual experience that's expected from the high-quality games created by world-class developers. And PlayStation Portal is the perfect device for gamers, in households where they might need to share their living room TV or simply want to play PS5 games in another room of a house. PlayStation Portal will connect remotely to your PS5 over Wi-Fi, so you'll be able to swiftly jump from playing on your PS5 to your PlayStation Portal. PlayStation Portal can play supported games that are installed on your PS5 console and use the DualSense controller. It also includes a 3.5mm audio jack for wired audio, and PlayStation VR 2 games, or PSVR 2 games, which require the headset, and games that are streamed through PlayStation Plus Premium cloud streaming are not supported. Pretty much in the same vein of like the Nintendo Switch. That was the Nintendo Switch's thing, in playing it on the TV or on the go. That mixed with PlayStation's other mobile consoles, that being in the PlayStation Vita and the PlayStation Portable, aka the PSP. PlayStation trying another crack at mobile gaming, although this one definitely more in line with like the Nintendo Switch and to an extent the Wii U. I'm actually interested in this, and looks like we'll also have like headphones as well. To come with it, we got wireless earbuds and a wireless headset as well. Likely to go with the PlayStation Portal here, so I'm excited. And I'm interested to see where this goes. But the next thing I want to talk about, is that John Cena is going to be returning. So, he's actually going to be making two appearances. So he's returning on September 1st, which is literally the next SmackDown after yesterday. Which yesterday, of course, was tribute show for both Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. And unfortunately, I didn't watch the show, mostly because by the time I got home, the show was pretty much over. Yeah, it's still insane to think that they're both gone, especially Bray Wyatt, of course. But nevertheless, John Cena is going to be returning on September 1st in Hershey, Pennsylvania for that episode of SmackDown. And then he'll be in India for the Superstar Spectacle on September 8th. So WWE is having another Superstar Spectacle in India. So John Cena coming back, people have theorized if he'll actually have a match. Some people have pitched a John Cena and LA Knight versus The Miz and Grayson Waller match. Or it might have been Austin Theory. One of the two, but it'll be interesting to see what John Cena does since he's back. Will he try to get India WrestleMania like he did for London? And we'll see. But next up, speaking of London, it's time for the predictions for All In, which is happening tomorrow. Now, because All In is tomorrow, and because All In is at 1 in the afternoon. It's going to be taking place at 1 in the afternoon, as often UK shows do take place earlier in the day, because, if I'm not mistaken, it's like pretty late for them over there. But because of that, I'm going to see, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off, but I'm going to see if I can watch the event, obviously, and then have the video, and then have my review of it uploaded within the same day. It may or may not go up kind of late, but we'll see if we can pull it off. But we got our match card here. Right off the bat, though, this event breaking all kinds of records. It's set at AEW's attendance record and revenue record just off the first day sales. And according to Wiki here, it says it's estimated to break the paid attendance record for a professional wrestling event, and with a reported 80,846 tickets distributed as of August 18th, overtaking WrestleMania 32's record of 80,709 ticket hits. So, setting all kinds of records. I'm hype. I'm excited. Admittedly, he All In taking over WrestleMania. That's probably a good thing considering WrestleMania 32 was kind of. But nevertheless, we got a pretty stacked match card for a match card that was built almost at the last minute. Damn, they managed to cram a lot into this card. Alright, 11 matches are advertised, 2 on the 0 hour / the buy-in / the pre-show. And 9 matches on the show proper. So, starting with the pre-shows, Aussie Open will be defending the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships against MJF and Adam Cole. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Cole has done the unthinkable. He has done the seemingly impossible. He got a second match on pay-per-view out of MJF. But this one, I imagine, will be just a warm-up for the match later on for MJF and Adam Cole, which we'll get to. Whether or not they'll actually win the World Tag Team Championship here, I imagine, honestly, it probably could go either way. On one hand, it's not the bigger overarching story, and honestly, because of that, this match almost kind of feels like an afterthought. They did try to build it up on Dynamite with the final confrontation between MJF, Adam Cole, and Aussie Open, but otherwise, this match almost it's a warm up match essentially, like I said. But I think this one could go either way. He may go to MJF and Adam Cole, but that might be complicated based off what they're gonna do for the in the main event. But next up, also in the pre-show, and I think this will probably be set up tonight on Collision, because I think Collision is pre-taped for tonight. And last time we had a match that technically wasn't supposed to be advertised yet, but Jack Perry will be and this is according to Wiki here. Jack Perry will be defending the FTW Championship against Hook. So I guess Jack Perry's not vacating the championship. Hopefully, by the time this video goes up, the segment will already happen, so it's technically not a spoiler. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so Jack Perry will be defending the FTW Championship against Hook, and I imagine Hook probably will win it back from Jack Perry. Finally, get his revenge on Jack Perry, which Jack Perry. Still a ways to go in terms of his heel persona, but I'm sure he'll get there. Changing up the music and his gear it's a start. It's definitely a start, but yeah. Then next up, the AEW World Tag Team Championships are on the line as FTR will defend against the Young Bucks. Now, because of what's happening in real life with Cash Wheeler, I'm tempted to give this one to the Young Bucks. We'll see, but this one might go to the Young Bucks. But of course, this being the rubber match, they faced each other twice before. Both teams with one win apiece. This is the tiebreaker. This is the rubber match, and I am admittedly excited for this one. But next up, in a four-way for the AEW Women's World Championships, we will have Hikaru Shida defending against Toni Storm, Saraya, and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. I don't think they're going to take the title off of Hikaru Shida just yet. It's also worth noting that Saraya, out of all four of these women, is the only one to have not held the Women's World Championship just yet. But I don't think they're going to take it off of Hikaru Shida just yet. She just won it. It will be interesting, though, to see if we actually get some tension between the fellow members of the Outcasts, that being Toni Storm and Saraya. But yeah, I think this one's going to go to Hikaru Shida. Then next up, in a coffin match, Darby Allin and Sting will be taking on Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage, who will be accompanied by Prince Nana and Luchasaurus. Right off the bat, glad AR Fox's heel turn was for nothing. Now, admittedly, I know AR Fox recently lost his grandmother, if I'm not mistaken, so he won't be in attendance at this show. But that didn't mean you need to immediately kick him out of the Mogul Embassy. So AR Fox and Swerve Strickland battled Darby Allin and Nick Wayne on Dynamite, and after they lost, Swerve Strickland pretty much snapped and kicked AR Fox out of the Mobile Embassy. So AR Fox is face now. Darby Allin and Sting, essentially, he picked up AR Fox. Well, it was more so just Darby Allin, but Sting was there, and so was Nick Wayne. But Darby Allin picked up AR Fox, so AR Fox is face again, I guess. But yeah, Christian Cage is going to be teaming with Strickland here. Why is it not Brian Cage? He's literally right there. But nevertheless, this one I feel like might go towards Darby Allin and Sting, and hit the faces their win and set up for Darby Allin to battle Luchasaurus next week at All Out. But next up is the 6-man tag team match at the Golden Elite, that being Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Adam Page will battle Konosuke Takeshita. Man, I can't speak today. Konosuke Takeshita and Bullet Club Gold, that being Juice Robinson and Jay White. We thought this was going to be a one-on-one between Omega and Takeshita, but maybe not. Maybe they're saving that for some other time. But for this one, and this one could probably go either way, honestly. The Golden Elite seems like perhaps the obvious choice, but maybe they'll let the Bullet Club Gold and Takeshita get the win in there. Sometimes, of course, the heel does have to win, and Bullet Club Gold have been on a roll, well, especially with the addition of the Guns, Austin and Colton. But yeah, so this one could go either way, but I think I might stick with my Guns, no pun intended, and stick with the Golden Elite. Then next up is the Stadium Stampede match, as Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, and the Best Friends, that being Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta, and Penta El Zero Miedo, will battle the Blackpool Combat Club's John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta, as well as Proud and Powerful's Santana and Ortiz. Yes, Santana and Ortiz are back, and they're back on the same page and seemingly back, or at least back on track to being on good terms with each other. For a while, they weren't on good terms with each other, so hopefully this will mend the relationship, or it's a sign that they're going to mend the relationship, and they're going to be teaming with the Blackpool Combat Club, which does make sense as Ortiz and Eddie Kingston had their little feud, I believe last year. And of course Eddie Kingston. It was supposed to be 6 people each, but Ray Fenix was at least kayfabe. At least I hope it was kayfabe. Injured at the hands of the Blackpool Combat Club after he fought John Moxley on Dynamite. So it's gonna be 5-on-5. I think this will be my first ever Stadium Stampede match that I have seen. Yes, I know. I'm a fake fan. I know. But admittedly, in my defense, I got into AEW kind of late. But I'm interested to see here how this one plays out. But next up will be a match at several years in the making, as Will Ospreay will battle Chris Jericho. Will Ospreay, of course, accompanied by Don Callis, who tried to recruit Chris Jericho into the family, but unfortunately that all stopped because of a painting, and a very gory painting of Don Callis holding Chris Jericho's head. Chris Jericho, man, between this and the Festival of Friendship, Chris Jericho has bad luck when it comes to paintings. But nevertheless, Chris Jericho seemingly dissolved the JAS, the Jericho Appreciation Society, to join the Don Callis family. That fell through. Now Will Ospreay is here. Admittedly, almost kind of a last minute thing. Although this one's been teased for a while, Will Ospreay versus Jericho, and I think it was supposed to happen earlier, but was stopped for some reason. I forget the reason they said, but they're gonna have it here. They had an excellent promo on Dynamite, including Chris Jericho bringing up how he spoke with Will Ospreay, and yeah, stuff like that. So the Isu, because I forget everything Jericho said, pretty much telling Will Ospreay not to be totally injured. At the rate he was going to be injured like the Dynamite Kid, that's definitely not good. But so they're gonna be facing here. This one I feel like could go either way. Will the Jericho Appreciation Society play a factor in this match? We'll see. But I'm interested in this match. This match, I'm sure, is definitely going to be a good one. And then next up, for the real World Championship, CM Punk will be defending against Samoa Joe. Also, I forgot to mention right at the start, there's actually a couple things I forgot to mention. For starters, this is just the order they have it on the wiki here. This doesn't mean this will be the actual order that they have it on when it comes time for the show itself. So, it might be in a different order in terms of when the matches actually take place, but this is just the order they have it on the wiki here, aside from one of the matches, which we'll get to. But the other thing is that I'm going to do something new with these predictions. I'm going to predict what I think will be the match of the night, and I'll actually do that at the end. But as for this one, CM Punk and Samoa Joe, they've been having their rivalry reignited from their old Ring of Honor days. So they're back to being rivals here, battling for the real World Championship, which is the AEW World Championship that CM Punk technically never lost, just spray painted with the X. Whether or not they'll give him a new championship design, whether this means, or whether they'll give him a brand new World Championship for Collision, we'll see. But This one I think probably will go to CM Punk. They faced up before her on Collision, if I'm not mistaken. They faced off before but rematching here, and I think CM Punk will probably retain here. Then next up for the AEW World Trios Championships, it's one last time as the House of Black, that being Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, and Brody King, accompanied by Julia Hart, will be defending against the Acclaim's Anthony Bowens and Max Caster, and no longer her Daddy Ass, as Daddy Ass is gone for this one. Instead, we get badass Billy Gunn on as Billy Gunn himself put it when he came back on Dynamite. Of course, the Acclaimed Hames and Billy Gunn and the House of Black have been at war with each other for a while now. Especially over the Trios Championships. We thought that Billy Gunn was retired, but he's coming out of retirement, so pretty short retirement there. Yeah. So this one, I'm tempted to say it might go to the Acclaim just to give them one last championship before Billy Gunn actually retires. But at the same time, it'd be kind of pointless then. I have a feeling the House of Black probably aren't going to drop the Trios Championships just yet. And so this one could go either way, but I think I might lean. Actually, you know what? I think I might lean a little bit more towards Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed here. And then last but certainly not least, in the main event for the AEW World Championship, enemies turn friends turn enemies, as MJF will be defending against Adam Cole, baby. And the big story on everyone's mind is who's gonna be turning on who. And the thing is the turn, whether or not MJF's going to turn on Adam Cole or Adam Cole's going to turn on MJF, is still up in the air, and that was perfectly and masterfully done by AEW to the point where you don't really know who's going to turn on who. There's arguments and moments for both sides as to who could turn on who, but you don't know for sure, MJF or Adam Cole, whether or not one of them will be turning on the other. For all we know, there might not be a turn. But for this one, I don't think MJF's going to drop it just yet. People have alluded to a potential swerve by MJF where Adam Cole beats him, but it's actually not for the championship. MJF obviously always having a trick up his sleeve. But such is the ways of the devil. This one I think might go towards MJF, but it'll be interesting to see how the story unfolds. They've been teasing both men, which why I say it's masterfully done. They've teased both men turning, and both men having kind of justified reasons for turning on the other. Adam Cole eyeing MJF's championship, Adam Cole turning on MJF before MJF gets the chance to, MJF being vulnerable, letting his guard down. So it's been masterfully done. And I think the thing is, it's not a case of like we don't know and AEW doesn't know. The thing is about this match, AEW knows exactly who's going to turn on who, and we don't know. Which is why it's well done, because as AEW, they know. I'm convinced they know. You may or may not disagree with me, but they know exactly who's going to do the turning, if at all. Like I said, if they might not turn on each other. They might turn on the fans saying, you thought we were going to turn on each other? Nope. They might do that, but I have a feeling AEW knows exactly who's going to turn on who. But that's for them to know and for us to find out. But that is All In. And the last thing I want to talk about is a quote here. And this quote says, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. You've probably heard that quote before. And for the first time, I think, on System Shock Radio, we have a quote that I actually disagree with. But the reason I wanted to talk about this quote is because in terms of this quote, it's seemingly innocent from the surface. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. But But I'd say it's incorrect. That being, work is still work. But if you love what you do, then the work will be rewarding. And obviously, if you don't love what you're doing, then it'll be tedious and um, not fulfilling. But if you love what you do, even if it's work, even if it's hard work, you'll feel rewarded because you're able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. If you have a goal or a dream in mind and you're working towards it, it's not going to be easy. This one I feel like is trying to say it's going to be easy to get there. It's not. It might be incredibly hard, especially if it's something you're very, very passionate about. So work will still be work, but it'll be fulfilling, and you'll be happy that you did it, and you'll be glad that you were able to accomplish it, even if maybe it doesn't fully go to plan, and even if it seems like very hard work and very taxing on you, it'll be rewarding, and it'll be worth it, and you'll be glad that you were able to accomplish it. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on anything I talked about in this episode. Oh, and yeah, but thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.